Color harmony isn't about owning more paint. It's about understanding relationships, and today I'm going to be creating an expressive portrait using just 3 colors and white. And I'll show you how limiting your palette can actually give you more freedom, not less. Sometimes the more choices we have, the less clear we become. So today, just 3 colors and white. No backup plan, just 3. I'm going to hop right into color mixing, and I'm mixing my red and my yellow to create an orange. Then I'm going to add in just a tad of the blue. This desaturates that bright orange and creates a light neutral brown color. Next, I'm going to be adding in titanium white to create a variety of values for my face colors. I'm creating separate little piles of different value paint, and I'm mixing very thoroughly with my palette knife. I also have matte medium, which is that little center pile in the middle of my palette, and that increases flow. It also helps the paint mix better. I like to have at least 4 subtle values, even though I'm creating a flattened portrait. Since we don't have black on our palette, I am creating a very dark value. I'm using cerulean blue and the cadmium red medium to create that value. Now, these 2 colors are so far apart on the color wheel that they are almost complementary. Cadmium red being almost orange, and the blue being, the cerulean blue being so far away from it. I just added a tad of the yellow to make the red more orange, which is its complement. Now, on this channel, we always talk about the ugly face, and this portrait really has one because I was so excited to paint when I went in my studio that I did a thing that I do all the time, which is I grabbed an aquarellable pencil, which means I got immediate mud on my first pass. So the first layer is always the ugly layer. So what I do is I go and I put down all my lightest values where I know the light is going to hit, and then that first pass always looks really crazy. It looks so ugly. Everything is just scary. It looks like a Halloween mask. Don't get scared here. This is where people really start to freak out and think that their things look subhuman. Don't worry. I mean, I knew I had a big mess just because I put down that aquarellable pencil. It's water-soluble graphite, so I ended up with a huge mess. I did not freak out. I knew once that first layer of paint dried, I would have no issue whatsoever. And here I'm using that very, very dark value just to kind of give myself a little bit of an outline. So what I like to do at this point is I kind of just give myself kind of a little bit of a soft outline on everything. And I really feel like once I have that portrait looking back at me, I get more engaged with the portrait, and I really want to finish the story. I get more, I don't know, pulled into the emotional story of my sitter, and I really want to know more about that person. Okay, so here I am, I'm using all these colors that we've mixed up previously. I'm just adding a little bit more red into the cheeks to get them a little bit more rosy. But by this time this has a second layer, it really starts to look more like a person. So I've been adding additional elements to these simplified portraits. And in this one, I drew in some botanical elements. And the reason I have simplified them and kept them simple is just to resist that temptation to make them too busy or overcomplicated. Right here, I've taken some of that dark value and I've mixed it with just a little bit of the matte medium to add in some of those cool dark values around the eyes. So the matte medium can be used to create thin glazes as well as mixing the paint and creating flow with your acrylics. I've linked in the description box below to all the materials I've used in this video, so check that out. What's so beautiful about using a limited palette is that the harmony happens naturally. Every mixture belongs in the same family. Even the shadows feel related. There's no fighting for attention. It's really cohesive without trying too hard. And I think that's interesting. I get so many comments every time I use a limited palette in my paintings. People really can't figure out what's so interesting about the color mixes, and I always get interest and comments on the colors. We're a more society, so I think sometimes we just want to try all the things and we want to have all the colors, but you can have every single color from just the three. And then when you're really comfortable, you can open that up a little bit. And I do that. I mean, I don't always work with three. Sometimes I have 5 or 7, but they're very select and very intentional choices that I'm making and adding to that basic 3. Sometimes when a painting looks overworked, it's because you're trying to force harmony instead of just allowing it to happen. It takes courage to paint this way, and clarity takes courage. Restraint takes confidence. It's harder to say this is enough, but it's so worth it. You can see how much even that second pass over the face really clarified, the really scary Halloween mask look that she had, just a minute or two earlier in the video. And here I'm giving her bright red hair, and I'm using that kind of a desaturated orange that I made earlier for some of those mid-range tones. And I'm working into it some of the dark value that I've added a little bit more cadmium red into. And then I'm looking at the face again. And I do that. I go back and forth and refine things. Now I'm not going to look at the face anymore because I'm going to mix up some greens for the background. I'm going to make some foliage. And again, I want a variety. So I'm starting with the cadmium yellow and the cerulean blue, and I'm mixing up a variety of greens first. And then I'm going to have some pink flowers, and I'm mixing those up with the titanium white and the cadmium red that I'm using. And so I really want at least 2 different values. Yeah, I was messing my paint up there with the palette paper, but I don't even, nothing really stresses me out when I'm doing my painting. I just keep going. So I mixed a variety of colors up. So I wanted a very pale pink and a very dark pink. I want you to look, and I want you to see how I'm painting this. And I want you to do this when you watch anyone's videos. Look where I'm holding my brush, and I want a loose painting. So today I'm painting loose. If you want to paint loose, think about holding your brush really far back and not holding it like a pencil. But watch how other people paint, not just me. I'm saying look at how people are painting to get the marks they get. Or if you want to be looser, hold your brush farther back. If you're holding it really tightly like a pencil, you're going to get very tight marks. If you're holding it farther back, you'll have less control and you'll get looser, more organic marks. And I created a bunch of different colors here, so I have a lot of variation in the greenery. Next, I'm creating a very dark value, and I'm going to use this as a pattern on the woman's shirt. But this is a cool dark gray. Okay, so it's a green gray, and it's very cool. So I used a lot of blue, more blue than I used in the dark value, which is above, which has more red in it. So it's a cool dark value. So since we created all of these colors from all the same 3 primaries, everything is working cohesively. I lightened the color with a little titanium white and added matte medium to create a glaze. I filled all those areas in, and then I went back, did the same thing with titanium white, and brightened it. So when we remove the noise and strip away what's really unnecessary, we can remove a lot of the pressure that comes along with art making. And we can concentrate more clearly on the things that are really important, like the composition. In a lot of cases, restraint can amplify our impact. And with less complexity, we can devote more attention and intention to what really, truly matters. I always suggest simplifying things as a way to build your visual reference and to begin to trust yourself while creating art. Once you simplify, you'll be able to start trusting your instincts and paying attention to how you use space and color. And when you do that, you'll be able to trust your marks and really begin to start believing in yourself. We have a very dynamic double complementary color palette in this painting because we're using the blue against the orange of her hair, the pinks against the green of the foliage, but it's somewhat softened because we used a lot of white and created a lot of tints in the colors. And because everything came from the same 3 colors, it feels unified. It feels very intentional. So if you're feeling stuck, try taking something away. Limit your palette, not to shrink your creativity, but to focus it. Today it was 3 colors, and somehow that felt like more than enough. Keep painting. I'll see you in the next one.